But Quillfish did actually get an evolution. Probably not the most fitting design, but it made it one of my favorite Pokemon from that game. The water poison combo is unique, and I'd like to see Game Freak do more with it. Number 4. Beehem. Beehem could very well be one of the strangest Pokemon that exists. It's just really bizarre looking, but it's not the kind of bizarre that makes you think about it. Its name doesn't really do it any justice either. Beehem is such an odd name and it's hard to remember. I'd always refer to it as Algem's evolution.
And like many Pokemon in this list, no one really uses it. No one. Well, except for me in my battle with Alex Ogloza, in which Alex forgot what it was.
Let's see here. And he's got... I don't even know what that is. Okay.
Number 3. Wormadam. Game Freak often tries to give certain Pokemon gimmicks to make them more interesting and memorable. Cast form changing with the weather, Sawsbuck and Deerling changing with the seasons, and Furfrou getting groomed are a few good examples. But then there's Wormadam.
This Pokemon has a different form depending on what Burmy was wearing when it evolved, which is depending on where you last battled with it. But that's the only thing mildly memorable about it. No prevalent characters use it, it's not good, and all 3 forms are very strange looking, especially the Sandy Cloak one. It looks like a slice of pizza.
Plus its name is odd. It's supposed to be a combination of Bagworm and Madam, but instead it's Wormadam, which sounds like you're trying to wiggle your way through a water blockage structure.
Number 2. Cryogonal. One common trait of forgettable Pokemon is that they're hard to find and no one uses them. Cryogonal fits into these categories perfectly, only being found in the deepest ice chambers of Twist Mountain, and it's not the main Pokemon of any prevalent trainers.
And while its design is interesting, it's not special enough to be super memorable. It's just a snowflake with glowing eyes.
Before we get into number 1, let's do some honorable mentions. Lumineon is pretty forgettable, but because it's become known as the forgettable Pokemon, it's not as forgettable as it once was.
Carbink is one of the more forgettable 6th gen Pokemon, but the existence of Diancie reminds us of it.
And then there's the Unpheasant chain. They're the worst regional birds, but they're still regional birds, so they can't be too forgettable.
And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the Pokemon you've been trying to remember this entire time and likely failed, the most forgettable Pokemon of all? Number 1. Maractus. Do you know what this is? Do you know what a Maractus is? Because several of my friends who play Pokemon almost